Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It is 17:15 Zulu on July 2nd, 2024. And this is Tuesdays with DX Engineering. This is a show where you'll typically find me on with another one of our DX Engineering folks. We have technical folks, we have sales folks, we have assembly folks, and we have Get on the Air folks. And today we got Jeff. It's KB8ZWT. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Tim. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Jeff, how's your summer going so far?
Doing pretty good. We've done some camping and, well, not much yard work since it's been so dry out, but been doing some camping and some radio stuff.
Well, you know what I think about when it's dry, Jeff. I think that the grass is not growing at KB8ZWT, which means that those radials are not getting chewed up with your lawnmower.
That is true. That is true. They're in good shape.
Good. Well, we want to make sure that your vertical, your butternut vertical, which you've been very proud of
Yes.
over the years, continues to perform well. And Jeff, how about the 13 colonies? I mean, those pileups are crazy.
The pileups are absolutely crazy, but I'm getting through with that butternut.
So it's let's make sure that so everybody knows you've got a butternut vertical
Mm-hmm.
from DX Engineering. And which radio are you using?
For the 13 colonies, I'm using the FTDX10. That's what I've been using the last couple of days.
All right, so you've got the Yaesu FTDX10, which is a really, really nice radio.
Yes.
And so you've been using, and what bands have you been working the 13 colonies event on?
Mainly, I've been on 40 meters. I've got all but two of the actual colonies. I've got, I need to get K2G and K2K. And then on 40 meters, it's questionable whether or not I've got Great Britain yesterday. I came back with my partial call. I put the call out again, and just everything went crazy over the band. So I marked it down as a question right now, but I'm going to try to get him again just to make sure.
Yeah, that's always the best. And it is hard sometimes when he just gets a piece of the call, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Because if he comes back to like Zulu Whiskey Tango, you know it's you.
Right.
But other guys that are on there,
Yeah.
they're trying hard.
Yeah. Somebody has close to the same call or something, they might think it was them, which is a very easy thing to do.
Right, right. Jeff, I want to go take a look at the 13 Colonies website
Mm-hmm.
and just have you talk about this for a second. Let me know when you see it. But the what a great event! So you have two of the K2s left to go, right?
Correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you said K2G and what else?
K2K. So New
K2K.
Hampshire and Georgia.
New Hampshire and Georgia. Do you see my website?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, great. So these are the 13 original colonies, and then you have to work the William Penn station. How'd that go?
That one was actually the pile up when I was trying wasn't too bad, so I was able to get through within the first couple calls, mainly because I think it just had gotten posted on DX Summit, and I saw it pop up, so I grabbed it real quick. Then after that, as we all know, the pileup just went crazy. But the operators for all these stations are amazing. They really are. I was it kind of caught me as surprise yesterday when I got let me see, K2M and Michael W3MLJ recognized me and said hello, kind of like, oh, it's somebody I know on the other end. But all of the operators I've been listening to are just they're amazing.
Yeah, well, that is very cool. And congratulations to Michael, and thank you for
Mhm.
operating K2M. How about this? You know, you know how I feel about DX. So, how about the French station? How'd you do there?
I have not gotten the French station yet. I haven't seen it posted. But I'm not sitting in front of the screen all day. I'm still doing other stuff and so on and so forth.
Right.
In fact, I only sat down last night at 7 o'clock and worked on and off between 10 o'clock, and then I shut it down. So I probably just missed them.
Right. Well, and of course, 20 meters might be in the mix for you here as the week goes on too,
Right.
getting into France, and then another shot at the English station. But
Yeah.
how do you feel the spotting is going? Or most all the time, are these guys getting spotted?
Yeah, I think so. It seems like the spotting's been pretty accurate too, as far as the frequency. I think only one of them, somebody posted the wrong frequency, but then they went back and corrected it. But yeah, the spottings has been really good, and that's like I say, when I got the W Penn station, I just got it right when it posted, so there's only a couple of us calling, and then it all went crazy. But
So
yeah,
that
the
would be a
posting's
good hint, wouldn't you think, Jeff? Is
yes.
is to try and get there really quick.
Right. And another thing, some of the operators, you want to listen. I kind of got scolded yesterday because I wasn't 100% paying attention. One of the stations were going by the numbers. I thought he'd come back and said 8 stations. I threw my call out there and somebody corrected me, which is fine. I wasn't paying attention. So pay attention. Also pay attention to what the operator's listening for. Is he grabbing the first person he hears, or is he waiting until the pileup slows down a little bit and then getting the last station that he hears? And that's what I'm seeing a lot of them are doing, is they're kind of waiting for the pileup to slow down, then they're grabbing the kind of last 2 stations if they can.
Yeah. Well, these are all really good hints because, you have 100 watts, but there
Right.
are guys out there that have 10 watts or 5
Yes.
watts.
Yes.
And you really have, when the pileups are this big, and of course, as the week goes on, those pileups will shrink.
Right.
But
And
you
and
still,
and you
go ahead.
brought up about the 5 watts and the portable stations. I kind of try to listen. If I hear a QRP rig out there or somebody who's portable or mobile, I kind of wait and let them get the chance because they're kind of at a little bit of a disadvantage than the rest of us. So if you hear them out there, kind of let them get through there first.
Right. Because you've got all week, right? It's
Yep,
not like,
absolutely.
and the great thing is that there's multiple operators at these stations and multiple locations too. So don't get discouraged
Right.
if a guy is not strong today. Maybe he's strong tomorrow. That kind of thing. Jeff, so all of your work is that all been on SSB or?
Yeah, I've done only SSB right now. Yeah.
Okay, so all SSB and everything has been pretty much available, but you got 2 more K2s to go,
Yep.
and you've got France to go, and you want to work England again.
Yes, absolutely.
So you do have some work to go, but this is just Tuesday, so that's not too bad. Jeff, let's
No.
take a look at the chat room, and if you have any questions for Jeff, you can put them in the chat room. Our friend Don is on, WJ3U from Philadelphia. He needs K2G, K2H, K2I, K2K, and TM13COL for all 16 on SSB. He says he wish he had better receive antennas. Jeff, if I was in Philadelphia, I mean, you're really close to a lot of these stations, and
Right.
that can be a
Absolutely.
challenge, right?
Well, it is. In fact, the PA station, I ended up switching over to my wire antenna.
Yeah.
And that's how I got him, is that way. Because on the vertical, I just wasn't hearing him. When the wire
Right.
antenna is a little bit lower to the ground, so it's kind of a more of a NVIS type situation, and it worked out.
Yes. Yeah, and to your point, Jeff, it's good to have multiple antennas
Mm-hmm.
so that you can try that. Our friend Michael W3MLJ, who is one of the K2M operators,
Yep.
um, Michael says, "Thanks for the QSO last night, Jeff. You had a very good signal."
Good.
And we've got Papa Uniform 2, Mike on from Brazil. And Don says they should be calling by the numbers to help with the pileups. Well, you know, each operator kind of makes his own choice as to what's working best.
Yeah.
We've got Raymond on, George Mike 0, Victor Radio Papa, and Sky is on, Kilo 0, Uniform Oscar. That's Steve. And Steve is a great operator. I've known Steve for a long time. And so, Steve, thanks for checking in with us. And your best spotting practice for the event? Well, the best spotting practice, what do you think, Jeff?
Well, I'm using DX Summit, if that's what they're talking about, but there's also DX Heat out there, and they all pretty much update pretty much the same. So that's what I watch for spotting. And
you've got the N8 DXE web cluster too, Jeff.
That's right. I forgot about that one. I got it in here, but I didn't have it on last night. Thanks for reminding me.
So sometimes it's good to have multiples.
Yes.
Let's see. Don says he was just trying to get K2I, and he couldn't get my suffix. So don't give up, Don.
Yeah, don't give up.
And let's see. We've got Skip in here. That's Parky. Jeff spurs the others on here at DX Engineering to get the 13 colonies every year. Jeff and George and the rest of the guys are really having fun.
Yes.
It's a very contagious special event.
It's my favorite event of the year.
Let's see. Don says that Tango Mike 13 COL was on digital yesterday, so that's another good hint. And another from down in Brazil, Papa Uniform 2, Bravo November, Tuca's on, and Kilo 7 Victor Zulu says the England station and the French station were on FT4 last night. So there's some hints. And Dan is on from Kentucky. And hopefully, Dan, you can get on and work some of these K2M or K2 guys celebrating the 13 colonies. And Carmen, hi, I like to participate. He's from Puerto Rico. It's Kilo Papa 4, Quebec, Victor, Quebec. So lots of fun going on with the K2M. And this is a great way to celebrate the 4th of July, Jeff.
Oh, it is. And, yesterday was Canada Day also. So a lot of those stations were out there too. And I can't remember, one of the K2 stations mentioned that he's going to be working from a park. So it's going to be a twofers. You can get Parks on the Air at the same time.
Well, and I know Parks on the Air are one of your favorite things too. Mm-hmm. And so, and you've got good weather here, Jeff. This is unbelievable.
This is awesome.
If it wasn't for the storm in the Caribbean, Burrell down there, which is really causing havoc, and there are several frequencies that are roped off just for hurricane communication. So try to be careful. If somebody says you're interfering, you want to stay away from those communications. But Jeff, thanks so much for coming on today. It's always a joy to have you on the show.
Yep.
And we wish you luck in getting the rest of the stations to sweep it all and get the certificate and make it all happen. And thanks again, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right. Get on the air. Have some fun. Look for KB8ZWT working the 13 colonies event. HF and even VHF. It's never sounded so good. And we're going to be off on Thursday, but we'll see you here on Friday for more 13 colonies updates on the weekend special. Until then, 73 from DX Engineering.